This video is brought to you by Exploding Minions, a new card game from Exploding Kittens. Get it now at explodingkittens.com.
Okay, you got me. The dentist thing is more of a hobby.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 things only adults notice in the Minions franchise.
I am about to do something that's very, very big, very important. When you hear about it, you're going to be very proud. It was a little attempt at humor. I know how much you like to laugh. Inside there now.
For this list, we'll be looking at aspects of the popular Despicable Me and Minions film series that probably went over the heads of younger viewers. Since some of GRU'S evil plots will be discussed, consider this your spoiler alert. Which of these winks to more mature audience members had you laughing for a whole different reason than the 13 and under crowd? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. GRU'S finances make no sense. When it comes to GRU'S business model, we have some questions. How does a middle-aged homeowner pay the bills through villainy, let alone finance a massive underground lab staffed by an army of diminutive yellow wage workers?
I've been crunching some numbers, and I really don't see how we can afford this.
Sure, the Bank of Evil extended the baddie credit in the past, but how did he pay off those loans?
I have been working on something very big. Something that will blow this pyramid thing out of the water.
In the franchise's first film, the bank's director states most of GRU'S sinister plots never turned a profit.
Let's say this apple is you. If we don't start getting our money back. Get the picture?
It doesn't take a genius like Dr. Nefario, who GRU presumably pays or shares backend with, to figure out something doesn't add up. Clearly, the villain must be running an elaborate pyramid scheme, and we don't mean the kind that involves stealing assets too famous to fence. Number 9. The Mona Lisa and Starry Night in the girls' room. Even the best art appraisers sometimes get duped by a deft forgery. In fact, some of the masterpieces hanging in the world's most famous museums might actually be cheap knockoffs.
Outrage in Egypt tonight as it was discovered that the Great Pyramid of Giza had been stolen and replaced by a giant inflatable replica.
The franchise's CGI artists made an oblique reference to this conspiracy theory by hiding two very recognizable paintings in the background of GRU'S home. Hanging on the wall of his adoptive daughter's room is Leonardo da Vinci's grinning gal, the Mona Lisa.
Will you read us a bedtime story?
No.
Pretty please.
The physical appearance of the please makes no difference. It is still no.
Funnier still, Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night sits wedged in a corner next to a barrel of toxic waste. While eagle-eyed folks can definitely spot these visual gags, such subtle humor is what makes this a movie the whole family can enjoy.
Oh, and there's probably something in your closet.
Number 8. GRU does little to hide that he's a villain. An evil genius should have both the means and motive to keep their nefarious doings under wraps, but that's not how GRU rolls. When we meet the villain, he gives a sad child a balloon, but then promptly pops it just to laugh at the kid's misery. That's a bold move. However, he soon draws even more heat by freezing customers at a coffee shop before stealing one of their orders.
Watch, this is so fun to see. Oh, Despicable Me.
These crimes could land GRU behind bars for decades. It seems even dumber when you consider how easy he'd be to identify due to the giant car, weird house, and penchant for black threads.
Sorry to bother you, Mr. Perkins, but I figured that you would want to see this!
Number 7. The city is probably not a fan of GRU'S house. What's scarier than a supervillain or evil bank? The answer? A homeowners association with an axe to grind.
Listen close, you little punk. When I get in there, you are in for a world of pain.
Oh, I'm really scared.
On GRU'S Street, all the houses look the same except for his. While other homes have white walls and orange roofs, The villain's domicile is dark maroon. GRU'S dead lawn also contrasts with the vibrant green ones of his neighbors. Further, the creepy crib towers over every other building.
Okay, here we are. Home sweet home.
So, this is like your house?
The house likely violates any number of municipal ordinances, and that's not including the massive subterranean munitions factory or rocket launch pad. No doubt the city gets loads of complaints, but GRU does more than break building codes. He threatens to kill his neighbor's dog, something that could easily land him in hot water with local authorities.
I'm joking, although it is true.
Number 6. Minions as Oompa Loompas.
GRU'S lovable army of squat sycophants not only helped their evil master steal the moon, but they also stole the hearts of young viewers around the world.
These lemon-like lackeys became integral to the franchise's success, even going on to helm their own film. However, according to a 2013 article in the LA Times, the flamboyant flunkies weren't in the initial draft of the script for Despicable Me. The film's directors drew inspiration from a variety of pop culture touchstones to generate the minions. Willy Wonka's wee workers, the Oompa Loompas, were one influence, while the pint-sized desert scavengers from a galaxy far, far away, the Jawas, were another. For adults, this instant nostalgia factor adds to the appeal of these lovable, pill-shaped scamps. Number 5. GRU'S car insurance must be through the roof. Modern life can be annoying, especially if you're in traffic, hunting for parking, or getting tailgated by an overcompensating maniac. We've all wished we could dole out vigilante justice, but life doesn't work that way. That is, unless you're a supervillain.
And I will be the greatest villain of all time!
Part of GRU'S appeal for adults stems from the power fantasy of annihilating life's stressors. The GRU-mobile is a prime example. Covered in armor, 2 stories tall and powered by a rocket, this blacktop behemoth is a tank and sports car rolled into one. While great for a movie, in real life, GRU would be buried in insurance premiums and damage claims from his questionable parking skills. Still, that doesn't mean stressed out adults can't indulge in a little vicarious vehicular schadenfreude.
Life is full of disappointments. For some people.
Number 4. The Minions are speaking a real language. The Minions' unique way of speaking helped endear them to children around the world. Part polyglot tongue, part gibberish, the language holds many surprising secrets older viewers can appreciate as well. For instance, the fictitious patois borrows words and phrases from many real languages. Of course, Minionese features English words such as banana and potato.
Banana.
From Russian, the fictional tongue gets the word da, meaning yes. It also uses the Chinese word for cheers, the Spanish word for wedding, and the Indonesian phrase meaning thank you.
Terima kasih. Terima kasih.
Very good, Bob.
Many other languages are also sampled, though sometimes words are tweaked just a bit. A nod to this linguistic depth comes in Despicable Me 3, when GRU tries to speak the language, much to the amusement of his underlings.
Pomodoro la kumquat. What? What did I say? It's not kumquat?
Number 3. The minion economy doesn't make much sense. Minions evolved from single-cell organisms with a biological imperative to follow the biggest bad.
They're all different, but they all share the same goal. To serve the most despicable master they could find.
Instinct could explain their support for GRU, but he clearly pays his peons. In the first film, one minion seems genuinely saddened to learn there won't be raises.
No raises! I'm not going to get any raises.
This begs so many questions. Does GRU pay cash? If not, do minions have bank accounts? Do they have social security cards? Do they pay taxes? Rent and meals appear to be covered by their employer, so what do they buy? When Gru sends minions shopping, their confusion implies a lack of experience. Later, the minions crowdfund GRU'S rocket. They hold up cash, a wallet, and even a gold watch. For grown-ups, being a minion might not seem half bad. Number 2. The Bank of Evil has some real-life roots. Most people worry about having enough money, so seeing a supervillain deal with the same problem can be cathartic.
So all I need is money from the bank to build a rocket. And then the moon is ours.
This is why the Bank of Evil makes such a good antagonist. This diabolical financial institution might not be real, but its inspiration is far from fiction.
You've been at this for far too long, with far too little success. We're gonna put our faith, our money, into a younger villain.
It hides behind a customer-friendly facade, which is true of many actual predatory lenders. Lining its entrance are statues of men being crushed by huge columns, an ominous if apt metaphor for the burden of debt. Below the bank's front doors, a sign reads, "Formerly Lehman Brothers." Most kids won't get this reference to the global financial services firm that helped cause the subprime mortgage crisis, but those who lived through the resultant economic downturn certainly will.
I give you the opportunity of a lifetime and you just blow it!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. References to classic spy films. The franchise's creatives clearly love old James Bond movies and other popular spy stories. They hide many Easter eggs and homages to such classics that most kids won't recognize.
He punched my shark!
First and foremost, Gru bears a striking resemblance to 007's arch-nemesis, Ernst Stavro Blofeld.
You only live twice, Mr. Bond.
This isn't surprising since Blofeld is one of the most parodied characters in history, having also inspired Dr. Evil from Austin Powers, Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget, and many others. Further, GRU'S faithful tech guy, Dr. Nefario, was inspired by Q, Bond's ever-reproachful gadget purveyor.
And here, of course, is the new weapon you ordered.
No. I said dart gun, not... Okay.
Oh, yes, because I was wondering, under what circumstances would we use this?
For the way Gru moves, animators drew from the performance of Peter Sellers in the Pink Panther films, as well as others. These callbacks offer nostalgia for older viewers, as well as big laughs for everyone. Since you love the Minions franchise, we have the perfect game for you.
This video is brought to you by Exploding Minions, a new card game from Exploding Kittens. Get it now at explodingkittens.com.